you are stuck or if you are not clear, stop me, okay, and we can discuss. Cool. So, how many of you are there in the last session, chapter 6? Not there. Okay, yeah. So basically, last chapter is all about dhyana yoga. Okay, how a yogi, Ashtanga yogi, Hatha yogi, he meditates. What is the process of Ashtanga yoga is very clearly mentioned by Krishna. Okay, so he very clearly describes what is the process of attaining bhakti yoga. Okay, and what is the process of, sorry, what it's prerequisite to bhakti. What is the process of attaining dhyana yoga? It's also called Ashtanga yoga, Hatha yoga. And towards the end, the conclusion is yoginam api sarvesham madgatir antaratmana. Shraddhavan bhajata yovam samyukta tamamata. The conclusion is bhakti yoga is the best of the yogis. Okay, that is one of the biggest chapters. In the last verse, Krishna says Bhakti Yoga is the topmost yoga, and now he is entering into the most important section of this Bhagavad Gita, which is Bhakti Yoga. The previous section is Karma Yoga. Okay. And now we are going into the Bhakti Yoga. So it is called knowledge of the absolute. Okay. So it was told, if you see Bhagavad Gita, it's Yoga Shastra. It deals with many yogas. If you group them, first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga, middle 6 chapters are Bhakti Yoga, and the last 6 chapters are Jnana Yoga. So now we are entering into the Bhakti Yoga most important section. Okay. If you see something is important, we will store it, right? We'll store it. For example, if there are jewels, we'll keep it in a box and we'll ensure there is a proper parceling, safety, and all. So these middle 6 chapters are very nicely packed and stored safely by upper 6 and lower 6 chapters. Okay. So this is a very important chapter where just by understanding this chapter, you can have darshan of Krishna every minute, wherever you see. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. So he in this chapter explains how one can become a Krishna conscious person by a simple process. Okay, there are 4 sections. First, Krishna says about the glory of jnana and vijnana, knowledge of Krishna, and then he says about the knowledge of his energies, and then he says, oh, after this knowledge, what is the outcome of surrendering onto him? And then he also says about 2 different kinds of worshippers who are dedicated to demigods and impersonalism. And finally, so how we can able to get rid of all the delusions and surrender onto the highest knowledge, which is devotion to Krishna. Okay, then we'll go to the first section, first verse. Okay. Mayyasakta manahpartha yogam yunjan madashraya asamsayam samagrama. Okay, yada yashasi tashrunu. So that's what Krishna is saying in the first verse. Okay, let me once get Bhagavad Gita just for your reference. Okay, so Maya Sakta Manah Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashraya. So Krishna is saying how by practicing yoga, okay, with mind attached to me, and you can become free from all doubts through just the simple process called hearing. Okay, see if you wanted to learn any knowledge, right? So what do you do? Anyone can answer, like if you wanted to be expert at one field. So what is the process of becoming an expert? For example, if you wanted to learn AI, what do you do? You'll hear, right? You'll hear from proper person, isn't it? Smita, Pradeep, Krish. Oh, we are on the same page. Yeah, so that's what Krishna is saying here as well. So it's a very rare understanding that, okay. So hope you're able to see my screen, right? So you all can see my screen, right? Can anyone confirm? Krish, Pradeep, Smita. Am I audible, guys? Everyone, please unmute if you have any.
Yes, yes, it is
Yes, yes.
audible.
So my screen is visible, right? You don't see anything
Yes,
else.
yeah, perfectly.
Okay, thanks for confirming. So if you see, if you wanted to become expert in any branch of knowledge, first you need to hear about it, right? You need to get an understanding, isn't it? The same process Krishna is also saying, okay? Maya asakta mana parta. How you can get attachment towards me just by hearing, like how we are all doing. Okay. So, and this knowledge and understanding of Krishna and his energies is possible by Shrunu, Tat Shrunu, hearing. In fact, if somebody dedicates his life for this only one limb, there are so many limbs, so many rules and regulations. But if one practices this simple process called hearing, he become he will surely become greatest yogi. Okay, so that is the conclusion. So, how many of you have seen Mahavatar Narsimha movie here?
Yes, I've watched.
Yes,
It's beautiful.
exactly. So you see, Prahlad Maharaj is a 5-year-old boy,
Hmm.
right? So he became such a great devotee just by hearing in the
Yeah.
womb, right? Such a powerful process hearing. So that's what Krishna is saying. You can know everything. He's saying everything, matlab, phenomenal and nominal, means material and spiritual. You can know both material and spiritual process of knowledge just by hearing.
Hmm.
Okay, so, and it's not partial knowledge. He's saying full knowledge, how to know Krishna in full just by hearing of him and practicing the Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so that's the only way to understand science of Krishna consciousness, to hear from him. Like how Prahlada Maharaj heard, how Dhruva Maharaj heard. So all great devotees, how Parikshit Maharaj, just within 7 days, he achieved complete perfection just by his hearing process.
Hmm.
Anyway, we need to hear, right? So if you don't hear about Krishna, you will try to hear from some news channel or some social media and everything. So that is the first verse, very important verse. Right.
That's
So
very true, yeah.
that is why, to protect ourselves, first of all, we should hear from proper source
It's
and the proper
consciousness.
subject matter. Then you can decipher, by understanding, this is right and this is wrong. So all the determination you can make if you properly hear first. Then you can decision. You can do decision making whether it is correct or not. So and then how to pray Krishna, mind attached to him, full Krishna conscious of him. So he is saying, Mayasakta Manapada Yoga Minja Madasya Asaswan Sakramam Yada Touch. Just by hearing, you can get proper understanding. All your doubts will be cleared. You can practice yoga in full consciousness and you can get attached to Krishna. So that is, in fact, the only way to understand sense of Krishna. Okay. So now there is one more aspect that Krishna is saying in 7.2. So jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshami aseshatha yajnatva neha bhuyo jnatvayam avasishyate. So Krishna is now saying, I shall declare you the full knowledge, both material and spiritual, phenomenal and nominous. By knowing this, nothing further shall be known. So this is a very, very grave statement. Krishna is saying, just by understanding Bhagavad Gita, you know everything. How is that? We'll get to know. Okay. And yeah, if you see, there are two things here Krishna is explaining: Jnanam, Vijnanam. Okay. So Jnana means knowledge. Okay. Vijnana means realization of that knowledge or experience of that knowledge. So can anyone explain, like, you know something in theory, but only later you truly realized it? Anything as such, like, okay, you know something, but later you understood what it is truly. Any examples from anyone? Simple example is like, you heard that fire burns, right? You heard that. You know that. But you realize it after touching the fire, right? Oh, after touching the fire, it burns. It creates a lot of pain. So that is called a simple gross example of jnana vijnana. See, for example, sugar. Sugar is taste very sweet, right? Sugar tastes very sweet. Tasting sugar is one thing, sugar is one thing, right? So if you have map, okay, for example, you wanted to go from one location to other location, right? For example, you wanted to go to, ISKCON Mangalore, okay, to some other place. So you have a map, that is knowledge, but actually traveling a journey is vijnana. Hope this is clear. So Krishna wants us not only to know about him, but to experience him personally. Actually, he takes us to a journey, how we can experience Krishna in every aspect of whatever you do. He will unveil this at the end of the knowledge. We'll see. So if you want to understand it more deeply, so Ramanujacharya, who is the great Acharya in the Vishishtadvaita tradition. So his guru, he gave a mantra and he said, you should not reveal this. This is a very powerful mantra. Okay. Just by reciting this mantra, okay, everybody can immediately get into perfection and go back to Godhead. But Ramanujacharya, after knowing the glories of that mantra, he went into the top of the temple, okay, and he stood there and he revealed the mantra publicly out of compassion. So he had realization, not just dry knowledge, right? He knows, okay, by just reciting this mantra, he can go back to Godhead. So that is a simple example of a person who knows, okay, this mantra is powerful versus who actually, okay, realize the power of that mantra. Hope this is clear. Jnana Vijnana. So this is a key takeaway. So you should not, it applies in our regular life also. Don't just try to theoretically understand, but if you do practically, right, then you will understand more deeply. You realize that knowledge. Okay. Okay. So we'll get to know. So to know Krishna. So the cause of all causes, to understand him. So and who surrenders to him, that's what he's saying. And then here one more thing. So you said, okay, how you will get attachment to Krishna, how you can practice full yoga and free from all doubts, hearing. And what is that hearing? It's not dry hearing, you also should realize the subject matter. Now, Krishna is one more saying very important thing. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit ardhisataye yatatam abhisiddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. So Manushyanam sahasreshu. Sahasram is thousands. So thousands of people, one may endeavor perfection. See here, perfection means knowing, perfection means self-realization. So beginning of self-realization is knowing that you are not this body. That is beginning. If you see the second chapter, Krishna establishes that you are not your spirit body, you are spirit soul, right? And as and when he progresses, okay, he reveals much more things. See, basically, complete perfection or complete self-realization means knowing who are you and who is the supreme absolute truth and what is the relationship between them. This is complete perfection. So you see, thousands of people, or many thousands of people, just one person may endeavor for this perfection of self-realization. Even if you take that much 0.001% of those who achieve perfection, Krishna is saying out of many of those people who achieve perfection, one may know me in truth. So although he achieved self-realization, it's not easy to know about Krishna. It is very rare and very, okay, one of the most unique knowledge that many of the perfected souls out of thousands of people enduring also may miss. So basically, knowing me in truth means bhakti yoga, full consciousness. Here the word that we use is knowing me in full consciousness. See, knowing means knowing Krishna, his energies, how his world works, okay, how we are engaged with him, all these things. And the science of knowing all those things is bhakti yoga. See, you see, karma, if you see all first 6 chapters, Krishna reveals about him very rarely. Okay, if you see, okay, whenever there is need, okay, just to understand about him, then only he pitches in. Okay, otherwise, okay, he generally explains the concepts of dhyana yoga, karma yoga, okay, or okay, analytical study of soul and super soul. But here he reveals his full manifestation. Let's see how it goes. So bhakti is very difficult, easy also and difficult also. Okay, so easy in the sense it is very easy to practice. There is no prerequisites required. There is no pre-qualification is required. Very simple process. Sure shot success will be there. Path is sublime. In other sense, not everyone can take up bhakti. It's very difficult. We will come into the end of the section. There are 2 categories of people called impersonalists, or okay, they also are called okay, demigod worshippers who don't accept bhakti very easily. So only whoever is pure selfless, they only can able to understand this bhakti. Okay. Now let's go to the next section where Krishna is explaining about his energies. Okay. So Krishna is source of not just material energy. Material energy means whatever we can perceive through our gross senses. there is something called spiritual energies. See, I may say why an object is falling because of gravity. So is gravity visible or invisible? Can you directly see gravity? Is that force visible? No, right? So that is a force which makes an object to fall, but it's not visible. So something which is okay not perceived by the gross senses. Okay, you need that's called spiritual. So basically, whatever we perceive, experience is a combination of these two things. Okay, then Krishna is saying, Bhumirapo nalovayu kammano buddhirevacha. Ahankaram, okay, itiyamme binna prakritrashtata. There are five kinds of, okay, panchabhutas, earth, air, water, okay, either. And there are five things, okay, which are gross. Earth, water, fire, air, either. Either means space, sky, in a gross way. And then there are subtle things also, which is, okay, what Krishna is saying, mano buddhirevacha, kammano buddhirevacha, ahankara. Ahankara means false ego, mana mind, buddhi intelligence. So five gross and three subtle. The together will constitute, Krishna is saying, my separated material energies. Binna prakriti rashtra. Bhagavad Gita is saying binna prakriti rashtra. These are the material energies of Krishna. Okay. And now let's try to understand. See, one more thing Krishna is saying about the spiritual energy. One is material energy, one is spiritual energy. What is the spiritual energy? Apare mitastanya prakriti vidime param jiva bhutam mahabaho yedam darite jagat. So he said about material energies. Now he is saying about superior energy, which is spiritual energy. Who are the spiritual energy? Okay, jiva bhutam, living entities. All the living entities are spiritual energy. Okay. They are yedam darite. They are exploiting the sources of this material nature. So basically, if you see all the natural resources, everything, okay, we are exploiting, right? That's what he's saying. We are exploiting the resources and we are using it for our own purpose. Since we are superior to matter, we are able to control it. Now, so if you want to understand this energy, if you see sun, right? There is sun and there is sunshine. Sun is fixed at one part and it is continuously emanating his energies of heat and light, right? Or if you see electricity, powerhouse. So powerhouse is situated somewhere, then the power station, and again it goes to transformer. So all the lights, fans, AC, all that power you are getting it uh, through the main substation or the main thermo power station. That same power is transferred to different devices, right? So he is the source of both, okay, superior energy and inferior energy. You should understand this. Krishna is the source of superior, inferior is matter, superior is spirit soul. Okay. So once Srila Prabhupada, so when he was traveling in New York, okay, he came across one big skyscraper. Okay. Then he pointed out, who is the owner of this energy? Isn't it a transformation of a, okay, all the matter, right? It's a big skyscraper in New York. Who is the owner of this energy? Srila Prabhupada is asking. So it is actually Krishna's energy. Because Krishna is saying here, Bhumirapanalavayu. All these are my energy, inferior energy. So the key takeaway is we are Krishna energy. When we are connected, we are powerful. But when you disconnected, it is, okay, we are weak. So it is very, very important actually. So there are three kinds of energies. Inferior energy is matter, superior energy is spirit soul. In the superior energy also there are two grades. Marginal energy, okay, and the pure spiritual energy. So we are marginal energy. See, for example, in a seashore, sometimes it is covered by water and sometimes it is dry. So sometimes by the association of our own modes, we'll come into the either spiritual energy or material energy. So it is very important to know because Krishna is controller of both the energies. Okay. Now we see the jiva, we are called tatastha shakti. See, for example, this is my finger, right? If this finger is cut off from my body, does it, okay, have any value? Somebody may trash or somebody will throw it away, right? It will be useless, isn't it? But when it is connected, okay, it can act as per my direction and it can fulfill whatever I need, isn't it? So we call tatastha shakti, marginal energy. Okay, either We can be in the spiritual energy or we can be in the material energy. So this is called Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy. This concept is very nicely explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is other than Krishna. So we are one with Supreme at the same time, not like, see, for example, the drop of ocean, right? The drop of ocean has all the qualities of the entire ocean, right? Drop, but it's not the quantity is not as big as ocean. Okay, the quality is as good as ocean. So same oneness in terms of quality, but not quantity. That is actually our nature. Tatastha Shakti. Okay. So we come under the influence of it. Sometimes we'll become conditioned and we'll forget our spiritual platform. So we'll be bewildered. Okay. So, and Krishna here again, he is saying, okay, Etad yonini bhutani sarvanyan upadarya. Aham Krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayastata. So a fragmental, all this material and spiritual energy, he is the origin and dissolution. Okay. And he is clearly saying all the created beings, their source is in two nature. Okay. And he is the origin and also dissolution of those two energies. So that fragmental parcel of the Lord, we are called Amsha. Amsha means minute, okay, fragmental part and parcel. See, part means we are part of it. Parcel means inseparable. As we are saying, right, this finger is part and parcel of myself. So that is called we are Tatastha Shakti, Amsha, Jivatma, and one is Paramatma, Brahman, Parabrahman. Okay. So these are some of the concepts which Krishna is saying, and he is saying that okay, this fragmental parcel of part and parcel of flood, it is the cause of this big skyscraper, whatever you are seeing, right? Big factory or any big establishment, because there is a person or director or okay, the manager behind it. Okay, then only see the spirit should be there. Okay, to function matter. Okay, even though car is there, unless there is a driver, may it be automated or self, right? So there should be a driver. A spirit only can drive matter. So all the similarly, if you take this big universe, the cause of this big universe is super soul. Okay, that's what Krishna is saying, and this is one more very important thing. Very, very important verse 7.7. It is called Matta Parataram Anyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya. Okay, Mahi Sarvamidam Protam Sutregani Manayava. So Krishna is saying, okay, everything, there is no other truth. Paratara Anyat. Okay, Matta Paratara, there is no truth superior to him. Means absolute truth. He's taking it absolute truth. And everything is rest on me. See, you all have necklace, right? For example, pearl necklace is right. Why is it okay holding like that? Because there is underlying thread. It's invisible. But because of that underlying thread, okay, all these pearls are held together and connected together, isn't it? So unless this string is there, they can't okay, they can't be held in this manner, right? So Krishna is saying that I am that invisible thread behind everything. So how this thread is okay resting, all the pearls are resting on this thread. Similarly, that entire universe is resting, and the basis and sustenance of all these things is the supreme absolute truth, topmost truth, which is Krishna. Okay, that is very, very important. So now Krishna is saying, okay, he's not just present in the deity or temple or holy name. He's saying he's all pervasive. He's present everywhere. We often hear, right? God is everywhere. How God is everywhere? Now Krishna is revealing. It's very, very important. So just by understanding this, okay, you can able to have darshan of the Lord always. Let's see. So Krishna is saying, I am the taste of the water. Okay. What is that verse? Rasoham apsu kaunteya. I am the taste of the water. So water is so sweet, and the taste of the water, you can never replace it with anything. Right? So I am the taste of the water. And it was saying, I am the light of the sun and moon. All right. So if sun is not there, you're always dark. And the moon is the source of vegetation. The essence which provides the juice to all vegetables is moon. Krishna is saying, I am the light and sun of the moon. Okay. And then he says, Pranavaha, Sarva Vedeshu. If you wanted to worship Lord Shiva, you'll say Om Namah Shivaya, right? But Krishna is saying, I am the Om. For example, now Ganapati Chaturthi is going on. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. So without Om, you cannot have any Vedic mantra. Krishna is saying, Pranava Sarvadesh, I am that Om in everything. So, for example, if I clap, there is sound coming, right? So he is the sound in the ether. And if you see any great talent in everything, Krishna is saying, I am that, okay, Tejas Shamsi Vibhavasu. I am that ability in man. So Punya Gandha Pridhivyamcha. I am the original fragrance of earth. I am the heat in the fire. I am the life of all that lives. I am the penance of all aesthetics. I am the original seed of existences. See, Krishna, till now, he haven't spoke about himself in the first 6 chapters. Only occasionally, whenever there is a need. But now he is revealing his intimate details. Why? It's not to boast himself, okay? He's not self-egoistic. See, imagine doctor saying, okay, I treated this many patients. Okay, under me, this many, okay, chronic cases were cured. Right? He says not to boast himself, but to create faith in the practice of process of treatment. Okay, he's saying the process of treatment is so powerful. To get faith in the doctor, he's saying that. Similarly, Krishna is clearly, okay, saying what are all his energies, okay, so that we'll understand who is the source and origin behind him. Nothing exists before Krishna, without Krishna, right? So he's intelligence of the intelligent, the prowess of all powerful man. So what are great talents? Okay, that is actually the benedictions of Krishna. I'm the strength of the strong. I'm the divide of passion and desire. Okay. And I'm the sex life, which is not contrary to this. Sex life is actually the source of the creation. And Krishna is saying, sex life, I'm that sex life, which is not contrary to the dharma, religious principles. Okay, very important. So whenever you are thirsty, whenever you drink water, you see, okay, this refreshing taste coming from water is Krishna. Whenever morning sunlight is there, oh, Krishna came, this is Krishna's energy, right? That's what Krishna is saying. Prabhasme Shishuryo. Whenever you hear Om, when you go to any temple, that is Krishna. Okay. So Krishna is source of everything. Okay. So if you see all your daily experiences, or whatever you interact, for example, the air, the water, the food, whatever, please understand the source, okay, and the manifestation and the opulence of it is coming from Krishna and should connect back to Krishna. Then, okay, you can always see Krishna is the cause of all causes, and you can very, okay, joyfully surrender unto him. Okay, attraction for, okay, this is energies of Krishna is clear. So I explained everything. And see, well, there is some other states of being called. There are 3 modes in the 17th. Okay, in the 17th chapter, Krishna clearly explains what are those modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So gunas, basically, we are very pure, but when we are influenced by these gunas, we'll be bewildered, and we'll think I am a source of everything. I am independent, without connecting back to the source of everything. So Krishna is saying, okay, I am the source of all these modes also. These are manifested by his energy, but he is not, okay, dependent on that. So although he is source of gunas, he is not influenced by the source, but we are influenced. See, that is called achintya bheda tattva. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told. See, although he is the source and the origin of that guna, he is not influenced by that guna. That's what Krishna is saying. So this is one of the speciality of spiritual science. All the contrary things can be, okay, existing together. For example, Krishna, he is a supreme lord, right? He is a source of everything. But he steals butter, right? So Krishna is the greatest warrior, yet runs away from battle. So that is speciality of the spiritual sense. Both the contrary things can coexist within Krishna. That is speciality. Okay, now we'll go to the next section where Krishna explains about 4 kinds of people who surrender unto him and 4 people who doesn't surrender, and also he explains about who is Mahatma. So till now, any questions? Hope you are with me. Any doubts? Katyayani, Pradeep, Hemant, Smita.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, no
Hare
question.
Krishna. Okay, sure. Thank you. So we already discussed there are something we are actually pure principle. We are deluded by association of three modes, and by the association only, okay, you'll say no, there is no God, or okay, I am God, or God doesn't exist. All this is called delusion. Why this becomes? Because the three modes are acting under the direction of Krishna and keeping us in delusion. So if you want to see, it is very, very difficult to overcome this delusion because of modes. At the same time, very easy also. How it is very easy? By practicing Bhakti Yoga. So you can become free from that greatest, okay, delusion of modes just by taking shelter of Krishna. So Krishna also says in fourth chapter, Yedamam prapatyante, tam sada bhajamyaham. So to that extent you surrender, that much extent you can get free relief and okay, free from the influence of these modes. So that is why Krishna is saying Daiviyesha Gunamai. This is also his divine energy. All these modes, okay, all these bewilderment by association of those modes, it is actually his energy only. It's very, very difficult. Daiviya Mama Maya Duratya. Duratya means very difficult. But it is also very easy. How it is very easy? Just by surrendering onto him. Mamevaya prapadyante. Prapadya means surrender. Maya metantarate. So you can very easily cross over. All these greatest, okay, influence and bewilderment of modes, you can very easily overcome by practicing Bhakti Yoga. By just surrendering onto the process of, okay, these principles of Bhakti. So there is no other way. Only way is to surrender onto Krishna. So by surrendering, you can get out of this very Mama Maya Dhrutya. The greatest illusion can be overcome just by surrendering onto his lotus feet. Laws of nature is very, very strict. You cannot come out of laws of nature. Okay, very powerful. The more you violate the laws of nature, the more severe, okay, you will get the repercussions of it. Now Krishna is saying 4% people who surrender unto him and 4% people who do not surrender unto him. So till now we got to know that, okay, everything is okay, the energies of Krishna, and the modes also are acting under his influence, okay, and we are getting bewildered, and by the simple process of surrender we can come out of this, okay, illusion or delusion. So now Krishna is saying, okay, it's not so easy. 4 people are there, they're called Dushkritana, they will never surrender, and there are 4 people who actually surrenders. So let's see, let's recite that verse 7.15. Krishna is saying, okay, Namam Dushkritana Muda Prapadyante Naradama. Maya Pahrutakritjnana Asrim Devamashita. So there are 4 kinds of people who are Dushkritina, means miscreants. Okay, grossly foolish. Naradama, lowest among mankind. Maya Pratigna, knowledge stolen by illusion. Okay, Asuri, straight away demoniac, atheistic. So these 4 people, they will never surrender unto him. You saw that movie, right? So Hiranyakashipu. So he clearly saw the Virat Rupa of the Lord. He understood I am so tiny before him. Still he wants to fight and defeat, okay, the Supreme Lord. So that is called atheistic. So we'll see who are these Mudas, Naradamas, Maya Pratagnya Asuri. See, for example, okay, there's a patient suffering from disease. Okay, but he went to a doctor. The patient is refusing the medicine while the doctor is ready to give the medicine, right? But still he don't want to take. That is called foolish. Okay, and okay, so it's very, very difficult. So there are many technicalities. So there are many scientists who use their okay, all the logic and argument to prove that Lord is not there. That knowledge is just coming from Krishna. That's called knowledge stolen by illusion. Naradaman, lowest of mankind. So they don't surrender. And there are 4 people who surrender. Out of may not be pure reasons, but they'll surrender eventually. Ardho, Ardhardi, Jignasu. Ardho means distress. Ardhardi means desire of wealth. Okay, Jignasu, inquisitive and Jnani. So these 4 kind of people surrender unto Krishna. So you see Gajendra, Moksha, Gatta, right? So you see Gajendra. He was very distressed. So there is a lot of pain, okay, that crocodile is giving, and nobody is able to help. He tried all ways and means for many years. He was so much distressed, but surrendered. Right? Immediately Vishnu appeared, and Sudarshan Chakra he used, and he, okay, cut the body of crocodile. So that is Artha. distressed. He surrendered. And also Ardardi, Dhruva Maharaj. So initially he was refused by his father because okay his stepmother is not allowing to sit on his lap. So he got very much offended and he wanted a kingdom bigger than his father, not just father, grandfather. So he did tapasya. He purified. Okay, he wanted kingdom, but still he was purified into pure devotion and he surrendered. So even if people come with selfish desires, Krishna purifies them if they stick to pure devotion. So these are the categories of people who Krishna is explaining about four people who surrender, four people who don't surrender. So whenever you come across multiple people, right, you can just mix and match. You can see this person comes into what category. Okay, this person came into this category of surrender and this category of not surrender. Very interesting. So actually, we are all, this is our story, okay? Flashback. So when we are in the mother's womb, it's an airtight packed condition, no light, and a lot of urine and stool gets mixed with the food, and it will create a lot of tormenting, sensations. It's like, pinching with many needles at once. That's extremely uncomfortable situation. So we then unable to bear that pain, we pray to the Supreme Lord, okay, and then we say, okay, I don't want to come into this condition again. This is so painful, okay, and then after coming out again, the gunas, okay, our karmas, everything, okay, again influenced us and we become bewildered. This is called Maya, illusionary energies. So it is said that we made a prayer that after coming out, I'll fully surrender and I'll render devotional service. And I won't again come into this painful situation, very grievous situation. We have made that promise. Now it's the time to fulfill that, although we forget. So Krishna is reminding us through Bhagavad Gita. So very painful situation. Actually, it was told that there are four problems of life: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Janma means birth, Mrityu means death, Jara means old age. Okay, so Vyadhi means disease. These are the real problems of life. So we are thinking, we are actually, we all know, right? So for you all know, right? So is death painful or not? So whenever any near and dear ones, die, how do you feel? Is it painful?
Yes, very much.
Very much, right? So is it problem? It's a big problem, right?
Yes.
Where is the solution? Birth. Similarly, birth also very painful situation. Old age. Anybody wants old age here? There is a trillion industry of cosmetics. Nobody wants old age, but it is forced upon you. Disease. Who wants disease here? These are the real problems of life. So we all have transgressed, transmigrated so many situations and so many species of life. Now we have given this human body to understand all these things. So unfortunately, no other species of this creation. We have 84 lakh species. So only human being, after migrating 83 lakh 999, right? We came across this human body to understand and become perfect by realizing ourselves and render service onto that and solve these real problems of life. Otherwise, it is as good as animal, right? Sahara nidra bhaimayudrancha samanya detat pashubi samana. So it is said that ahar nidra bhaimayudana, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. It is common to everyone, isn't it? We sleep in a good mattress. It sleeps on road. Dog sleeps on road. So we'll eat in a nice lavish plate. But it eats gutter. The activity remains the same, right? The quality of activity may differ, but ultimately we are performing the same activities. So if you do only for these four activities, it is as good as animals. But what differentiates both of us? Dharmo hi eko adhiko vishesha. By practicing dharma means laws of God. For example, we are understanding what is this creation, what is the energies of Lord, how to come out of them, while laws of nature restrictions. This is called dharma. By understanding the laws of Lord, understanding the orders of Lord, and following them, we can become perfect. Dharmo hi ina hadik pashubhi samana. If you follow dharma, then you are a human being, otherwise as good as animal. So Krishna is saying Okay, in 7.15, that, okay, just by simply surrendering onto his lotus feet, we can surpass the stringent laws of nature. There is one more thing. So, okay, you see what's happening here. Now Krishna is explaining about who is a perfect soul. Okay, if you see, what's the time? Yeah, I'll quickly summarize. So, by searching after the knowledge, so it is told that there are so many scriptures, so many Puranas, so many Aranika, so many Upanishad. After searching through all the knowledge, the basic essence is you understand that you are different from this material body, and then come to the knowledge of impersonal Brahman, Paramatma, and then Bhagavan. And if you understand that concepts and then act accordingly, you will get purified, and you will realize your actual position, constitutional position, real position, that you are Dasa, eternal servant of Lord. See, actually, this is our constitutional position, means the position by nature. See, for example, here Krishna is saying in 7.17 that your real nature is eternal servant of Lord. Okay, you don't believe. No, I don't believe. Then what are you doing? You are serving your senses, or you are serving your parents or nation or your employers, right? Or even dog. Sometimes, yeah, you will be serving your dog. At the end of the day, the service, okay, aspect remains the same. Either you serve your senses, or you serve your dog, or you serve your, okay, nation, or you serve Lord. But the constitutional position is eternal servant, which is really, if you superimpose on the proper subject matter, it is God. So one who is engaged, okay, and who have all this knowledge and then engaged in this pure devotion, Krishna is saying he is the best. Okay, see, let's see what Krishna clearly, okay, uses the word Priyohi jnanotyardam ahamsa cha ma priyaha. So if you whoever understand this knowledge, Krishna is saying I'm very dear to him, and he is also very dear to me. So if you see in Kali Yuga, Kali Santarpanishad says, so this Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So iti Shodashaka Namna, the 16 names, Kali Kalmash Nashanam. So all the modes influence, all the Maya influence, whatever you're saying, no, it will become Nashana, destroyed. Again, same thing. After searching through knowledge, Krishna is saying, right? What he's saying, Tesham Jnano hi yuktaya. Jnani nitya yuktaye. So Bhakti Yoga Visishyate. Okay, after searching through all the knowledge. Okay, so Hare Krishna Mahamantra is prescribed, and he said Kalikarmash Nashanam, Natah Paratara Vipaya. There is no other way. Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. After searching through all the knowledge, they came to the conclusion that you can become engaged in pure devotion with full knowledge by just chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So this is the purport of this verse. So it is clearly, Krishna also says to Arjuna in Adi Purana that, okay, all the potencies are there in Nama, and that is the greatest knowledge. Okay, that is the greatest vrata, that is the greatest yajna. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. Okay, all that things Krishna says that chanting the holy name, especially in Kali Yuga, is most potent, powerful, only feasible means to achieve self-realization. And whoever knows this knowledge is very rare. He is called Mahatma. So Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavanman Prapadyate. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. He may say, so who is following? Now it is very difficult to get this knowledge and follow. Bahunam Janmanamante, after many births, okay, one who is actually in knowledge, pure knowledge, then he surrenders. Knowing, okay, we understood all the causes, okay, he is the source of light, and he is the taste of water, he is the fragrance of earth. Knowing he is the source, origin, dissolution, and cause of all causes, then he surrenders. Such a person is very rare. Often, okay, we think Mahatma, we think is a social or political title. No. Krishna is saying, who surrenders fully to him with, okay, greatest knowledge by understanding Bhagavad Gita, he is actually rare. After many births, okay, one will come to this position. See, many people, okay, they will dig for gold, but only few will find actual, okay, gold. So there are many stories and sages and true histories of our acharyas. Where, so for example, this Bilavamangal Thakur, So he was attracted to one lady, right? And then from sense enjoyment, he just by chanting the holy name, by glorifying the Lord, he became a great saint. Now we will go to the last but one section. Here Krishna is saying two categories of people, okay, who worship with less intelligence. We'll see what it is. So see, basically there are some section of people who worship devatas. You understood in the previous chapter also. Aham Adirhi Devanam, I'm source of all devatas. See, basically there's some section of people who want, okay, want to get fulfill their desires strongly. Okay, I mean, they don't want to surrender. I mean, they don't want to worship Krishna. They wanted to worship someone else because they'll get all their desires fulfilled. Okay, forget about time, spirit, soul, my constitutional position, the modes, real problems. I don't want all these things. I want this desire and I want immediate fulfillment of the desire. Okay. So then they're coming into the lower modes. See, basically, Sattva means seeing things as they are. There are something called other gunas, which Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Rajo means passion, Tamo means ignorance. So one who is deeply affected by the lower modes of Rajo, Guna, and Tamo, so they will be following Devata worship. Okay, I mean, all they want is not service rendered in a pure way to serve. See, for example, you see Yashoda Krishna in my background. Yashoda Mata never served Krishna because she wants something. Out of very pure devotion, okay, even if she loses her life, but still he wants to serve Krishna for his pleasure, not for her pleasure. So, but people who worship demigods just for the sake of desires, that to petty desires of sense gratification, okay, either wealth, women, okay, they will worship demigods and they follow some pattern, framework, templates to, okay, please them. See, for example, Hiranyakashipu, he has a big list. I don't want to, okay, die here. I don't want to die with from human beings, earth, here, there, and all. So because of that, he approached Brahma. Otherwise, not. You see, many people they will change religions, right? They will switch from Hinduism to Muslim, from Muslim to Hindu, or different religions. They'll switch. Sometimes they'll go to Islam because okay, they feel that okay, my desires are getting fulfilled here. Let me stick here so that I can enjoy. I can fulfill all my desires. Okay, so Krishna is saying they're less intelligent. Why? Because see, in the demigod itself, for example, super soul is there in our heart. Similarly, in all the demigods also, okay, Lord is Supreme Lord Krishna is there in their super soul, and he is granting whatever desires are getting granted or not because of the demigod's superiority. It is because of Krishna staying in their heart and fulfilling those, okay, sanctioning, and he is permitting those desires. Okay, that is very rarely understood. They will think that okay, whomever I worshipping is all in all. If you want to worship, then how many you can worship? There are 33 crore demigods. Can you worship and satisfy everyone? So you don't try to water leaves, branches, twigs. Just water the root, source. Krishna is the source. That's why it's the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay. So that's what Krishna is saying. They will surrender to demigods and they'll follow particular. It's very difficult to worship demigods. There's so many rules and regulations. If you okay do some error, the repercussions are very stringent. But Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is saying patram pushpam phalam toyam. Just give water, leaf, okay, and just fruit. Very easy to worship and you can get the highest goal. But it's very difficult with so many rules and regulations to worship a demigod. Still, the results are temporary. That's what Krishna is saying. So Bhagavatam is called pure devotional scripture. So all I wanted to say is like, see, clerk versus company owner. So clerk can give a small letter, right? He use his duty to okay convey you whatever is sanctioned, but owner only can give the property. So Prabhupada he gives an example: a child he cries for candy. So demigods like they may give toys. So but Krishna gives full nourishment and future. Okay, it's not temporary; it's eternal. Whatever results, Krishna is the supreme benefactor. So demigods are actually his administrative framework. Varuna, okay, is a department of water. Okay, like that. So a department of air, Vayudeva. So to govern this big universal, okay, government, Krishna appointed some of his very dear servants. They are called demigods. Okay, so Bhagavatam is called pure devotional scripture. Although Narada Mahamuni wrote all scriptures, he was fully dissatisfied. But at the end, he composed Srimad Bhagavatam and he was fully mature, happy, and peaceful. So Srimad Bhagavatam is actually the quintessence and the juice of all Vedic wisdom. So Bhagavatam is saying, akama, sarmakama, mokshakama vedati, whatever it might be, whether you are full of material desires, or if you want mukti, or if you want pure devotion, or if you want anything, you should surrender to Vasudeva. Akama, sarvakama, mokshakama udarati, tivrena bhakti yogana. Okay, so you should surrender to Vasudeva, whatever condition may be. As I was saying, right, Brahma, who is in the heart of Brahma as a super soul, it is Krishna only. And he is actually instrumental in fulfilling the desire of that particular demigod, sanctioning to his devotee. And he is the person who is actually, see, for example, I am worshipping Brahma or I am worshipping, Shani. That faith also is coming from Krishna only. That's what Krishna is saying. I am everyone's heart. So, and he is fulfilling that desire. Tasya tasyachalam shraddham tameva vidayameham. That shraddha, that faith to worship a demigod and get the result is also coming from Krishna only. Okay, so this is a demigod, what Krishna is saying. So without permission of the Supreme Lord, they also can't satisfy all the desires. Okay, and they're temporary, all the results of, so in one more very important verse is, many people think that, whomever you worship, whatever path you choose, destination is one. No. Krishna is saying, Antavantat phalam tesham tadbhavati altama yadasam. Devan deva yajoyanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. This is clearly saying, okay, so whoever worship demigods, they go to the planet of demigods. Whoever worship me will come to me. As I was saying, that world is temporary and that governments also are temporary. They will be destroyed during dissolution. But the planet of Vaikunta is eternal and free of anxiety. So if you are, less intelligent, they want immediate results and are very, very like a child. They want that immediately. And they are called less intelligent, then they worship devatas. The fruits also are limited and temporary. But who understand this self-realization and the constitutional position, real problems of life, and they surrender to Lord Vishnu, they'll go to Goloka, which is his supreme planet and which is eternal, free of anxiety. Okay. Just a second, I'll turn on my charger. Just give me a moment. Okay. Sorry for the. Okay, you all are with me, right? So hope you can see my screen and hear me clearly. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, sure. What Krishna is saying. So now you're able to see my screen, right? Just okay. Now he is
Yes.
getting to the conclusion, and he was saying, yeah. So Krishna is saying he is Supreme Lord, unlimited, and his favor is unlimited. His mercy is unlimited. Okay, and he's whoever worships
Hare
him.
Krishna,
Okay,
Prabhu.
see for example,
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, it has come. It has come.
Yes.
It was actually loading. Now it has come. The screen
Okay.
sharing. Screen.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll share once again. Sure. Kartayani
No,
Mataji,
it's
can you
fine.
confirm? It's fine, yeah. So
Yes, it's fine, Prabhu.
Sure. Yeah. So now there is one more category of conclusion that Krishna is giving. See, for example, the person on the top of a skyscraper, right? He sees beginning. If there is period going on, he sees beginning, middle, and end simultaneously, right? So Krishna also knows past, present, future. He says, Vedaham samatitani vartamanam charjana bhavishyani cha bhutani mamchu veda nakashana. And he's now saying about one more category of people called impersonalists. So impersonalist means they say, yes, God is there, but he's an energy. He doesn't have form. He's formless. So whatever form is there, it is temporary. He also will die like this. So they are called impersonal Brahman. Okay, they are called technically called Mayavadis, unintelligent, or okay, impersonalists. So you have seen in the 4th chapter, Rajopisan Avyayatma, Bhutanam Ishwarabhisam, Prakritam Samadhishtaya, Samavayam Atmaya. When Krishna appears, he comes in his own spiritual body. There is no difference between matter or body and soul to him. He is complete spiritual personification of Sachidan energy. There is no death to him. So, and he is Satchitananda Vigraha. So, Satchitananda, eternal, all knowledge, all blissful. This potency, his body is made up of Satchit Ananda. His Vigraha, his form. Some people, they can't understand this and they will say, okay, Lord is impersonal. And how do you worship impersonal? Just by meditating, right? And they keep meditate and they will become unsuccessful, right? And they will try to frustrate and they can come back in the realm of okay, philanthropy. So they are unintelligent. This is one more section of unintelligence Krishna is saying. So in the purport in 7.4, as we said, right? So by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is actually called all the energies of Sat Chit Ananda are inbuilt in this 3 Bijakshara of Hare Rama Krishna, and they are in this particular form Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So if you engage in chanting and hearing this mantra, automatically all the spiritual energies, potencies of Krishna, okay, will be blessed, and you will attain your pure spiritual identity as a spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna, and you will become full conscious of him and you can understand him. That's what Krishna is saying. And then Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya Samavrata. So if somebody is not interested, right? So Krishna doesn't say, oh, you're not interested, still I'll force my opinion. No. He has that right, okay, to cover his potency to the foolish and unintelligent. So unless he does that, somebody cannot become atheist, right? Somebody cannot become, okay, or demon. So there is a curtain of Maya which covers, okay, and he won't be able to reveal. He himself is saying, I don't manifest to foolish and unintelligent. He will be covered by his potency, okay. And how do we come out of this delusion? By bhakti only, okay. We are all trapped in this material world and we are suffering, right? So how you can become free? Just by surrendering unto Krishna. Again and again, this theme of surrenderance and cultivation of Bhakti Yoga is repeated everywhere in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so then we will get purified. Okay, and then you will get rid of the sinful desires of becoming independent, becoming lording of the material nature, and understand who you are. That spirit soul, Amsha of Krishna, who Lord is, Bhagavan, with all full opulences, and how you can able to relate to him through Bhakti Yoga. Then the envy and hate will turn to love. So, as I was saying, right, Krishna knows everything. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, okay, this Bhagavad Gita has spoken to Sun God from millions of years ago. You forgot because you are minute spiritual soul, Arjuna. But I know because I'm Paramatma. I know your past, present, future. But me, nobody knows. Vedaham sarvajitani, vartamana charjana, bhavishya, now mam tivedana kashana. But no one knows about me. So basically, everybody will, okay, come into this world by likes and dislikes, right? Ircha, dvesha, hatred, liking. So all this is because of delusion, because of the qualities like honor, dishonor. This is called duality: man, woman, good, bad, misery, and happiness. So all this delusion, we are born with these qualities, we are born with these gunas. So how we can become purified of it? By practicing Bhakti Yoga. That's what okay, Krishna is again saying that okay, we should know who is the source of everything, and all these dualities are actually contaminations. We can become freed and purified by practicing it is Bhakti Yoga. So that's what Krishna is saying also, who have acted piously in many lives, right? So Bahunam Janmanam, and then the sinful reactions are eradicated completely and they become free from modes, and then they only can engage in Bhakti Yoga with determination. Yeshan Tantakatam Papam Jananam Punikana Te Dvandva Moha Nirmukta. bhajante mam dridavrata. So they only can engage with determination. So whoever have purified from millions of lives, okay, and then become freed by all contaminations. So they only can, okay, can be blessed by this liberation from all these problems, birth, death, old age, disease, and then they can purify their existence of life, and they'll surrender unto Krishna, right? And they are called Brahman, pure spirit soul, uncontaminated nature. Okay, here Krishna is concluding to those who are in full conscious of me. Me means personal. Krishna is speaking as a person. Bhakti Yoga means personal form of worship. Okay, Krishna and along with all his energies, to using whatever knowledge we discussed, that then we can become full conscious of Krishna. So who knows Krishna Bhagavan as he is the supreme Lord, is the governing principle of material manifestation. We saw, right? This is the strength of the, okay, strength of the great people, is the talent, I mean, intelligence of the intelligent, is the taste behind water, is the source of all light, everything. So he's the supreme Lord, he's the governing principle of entire manifestation, and he is also governing principle of the demigods. I told her that administrative framework, whatever he built, okay, is under the direction of himself, and all yajnas are for his satisfaction. It's called Yajna Bhokta. They only can understand me as supreme personality of Godhead, topmost person of him, like he is a source of everything. And then even at the time of death, okay, they can know Krishna. So this is very important. At the time of death, Krishna is saying, he's actually explaining this concept, what happens at the time of death. Okay, how we can remember someone in the time of death, what happens, okay, during that time. It is told that millions of scorpions, thousands of okay, serpents are biting. That much pain will experience person who is actually experiencing death. It's not so easy. So all that signs of passing away, Krishna will tell in the next chapter. So, but here the conclusion is, okay, this is one more thing. So Adi Bhuta, governing principle of meditation, Adi Deva. Demigods, Adi Yajna, all sects of Adi Yajna are manifestations of himself. Okay, he actually is governing all that, and one who knows this can remember him at the time of death and become fully conscious of him, right? And then can remember him. So to conclude, so Krishna is everywhere. He's in the taste of water. Okay, he is the light of the sun, moon, intelligence, life force. Only the wise Mahatmas, knowing this, will surrender after many births, realizing Krishna is everything. And the process is Bhakti Yoga, devotion. There is no other process, okay, which is feasible, simple, sublime, and sure shot. Devotion is both Jnana, Vijnana, knowledge and realization. And it is the only means for us to connect to the absolute truth. Okay, so wanted to conclude. Sorry for going beyond 10 minutes. So next time you drink water or you see the sun, you should remember Krishna. Okay, so this chapter teaches us to see Krishna everywhere, and we can start that process of surrenderance from wherever we are. No need to change your place, no need to change your ashram, no need to change your job. Okay, so once a man asked Srila Prabhupada, "Can you show me God?" He challenged. Then Prabhupada replied, "Can you not see God? The taste of water is Krishna. The light of sun is Krishna. If you cannot see, it means you have closed your eyes. So problem is with you, okay, not with God. So simply we need to purify our senses, understand this, okay, who is Krishna, understand the spiritual sense, and render devotional service onto him, and we can attain complete perfection and okay, attain the supreme destination, topmost goal. So thanks for your time, and I'm open to any questions. So, and any reflections, any takeaways, any learning points. So please share. Hemant, Kartayani, Smita. What is your important takeaway, Kartayani Mataji?
We should see God in everything. Drinking
Exactly.
water.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
So real
surrender.
sannyasi means, exactly, real sannyasi means who continuously worship Lord, who continuously remember Lord. So if you know this, okay, you are like greatest sannyasi, right? You're the greatest yogi. That's what Krishna is saying at the end of 6th year. So wherever you do, whatever you okay, whatever activities you pursue, see the hand of Lord behind it. And it is very easy, right? So uh, every day sunlight will come. Every day you will drink water, right? Every day you see talented people. Just try to connect it back to the source of that opulence, who is Krishna. Isn't it, Katyayani Mataji?
Absolutely, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a great learning, Smita.
Yes.
So, Katyayani Mataji. Smita Mataji, do you have any questions?
Prabhu,
Any
are you
reflection?
sharing the recording?
Recording, yes, will be shared. It was live
Thank-
streaming. It was streaming on YouTube live. So we'll be sharing.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And Smita Mataji, any other thoughts, reflections, any doubts?
No.
No.
So my
Okay.
takeaway is
Hmm.
that the Lord Krishna is the source of everything, is the essence of everything.
Exactly.
And start to see Lord Krishna in everything,
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
water, in every force of nature.
Hmm.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for the
Wonderful.
session.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Smitaji. Thanks for your time. Hare Krishna. I'm closing this
Hare
session.